Hey, Steve Zelnardi here with Remax Experts Zelnardi Associates. Just a real quick broadcast here. The CPI did raise, so our core inflation rate did rise an additional 7 basis points, or 70 basis points rather, to 4%. Not great news, I got to be honest. I'm going to read this article. The song is pretty fitting. But so it says here, coming in hot, Canadian inflation re-accelerated to 4% on a headline basis, the highest level since April. This was driven mostly by gasoline prices. Our amazing government just keeps adding more taxes to things. It keeps more inflation. It keeps, taking the wealth out of our pockets. But we're gonna have a chance to vote again, guys. we gotta figure this out. Future of the kids, right? So while food inflation cooled somewhat to 6.9% in August versus 8.5% in July, it is unclear whether the Bank of Canada will look past the uptick in inflation because it was driven by energy. However, the core inflation rate also picked up to 4.1%. The cost of housing is also continuing to climb higher. So the cost of housing, would imagine of maintaining, because the value is not there anymore. This kind of like status quo, and it's starting to decrease. In the large part of rise in interest rates, mortgage costs are up 30.9%, so let's say 31% since last August, and rent rose 6.5%. What we seen in rent, we saw actually a 30% drop from the height. In many cases, I did something last week on that in Bradford. The next rate decision is going to happen October 26th, and there's going to be one in December also. So I would imagine, again, this is that is reacceleration 2 months in a row. They're going to have to send it back down somehow. So how are they going to do that? They got to raise rates, because I'll show you just the sort of how this all looks. I hope you can see that. But so this is total CPI, the Consumer Price Index. So we know that they were talking about April. So August of 21 was the last time we saw this 4% range. Then we saw that the climb all the way into what we saw to the height of June of 2022 at 8.1%. Then we seen a deceleration, 7.6, 7.69. It was like this started to have like some bottoming out period, which is great. That was in September, October, and then of last year rather, and then we started to have this down kick, which was great. So by the time we got to January, we're at 5.9, 5.2, 4.3, 4.4. A little bit of an uptick here between March and April. Then we started going down further, so 3.4. And then in June, this was like really, really great news. When we saw 2.8%, it was great. The inflation target rate is 2%. Maybe just one more interest rate hike might get us down to that point, but we're right on target. And then we had an re-acceleration here to 3.3%. I believe this is when Trudeau put the carbon tax back on, or the extra gas tax on fuel, and then we got to 4%, which is reported in August clearly. So now they're going to have to. So this was 2 months in a row of an increase, right? So they're going to have to hammer that rate down again further. So, I mean, if you are in the market and you're getting mortgages, you should lock in prior to October for sure, because you're going to have to expect another rate increase for sure. But that's pretty much it, guys. Have an amazing day. We'll talk soon. Thanks.